Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Success Funnel Interviews. And I am super excited to have John Lee Dumas on the show today. He's the founder and the host of an award-winning podcast that I listen to every day called Entrepreneurs on Fire, with over 100 million listens and 3,000 plus episodes. So it's something that's generating millions of listens every month and 7 figures of net annual revenue 8 years in a row. So he's also recently launched his book, The Common Path to Uncommon Success. So if you haven't read that, that's something that I thoroughly enjoyed listening to, and you can find more about it at uncommonsuccessbook.com. So please welcome JLD to the show.
Guylan, thanks for having me, brother. I am here and prepared to ignite.
JLD, if we can ask you to share something you believe online entrepreneurs should stop doing in order to grow their business to the next level.
Stop chasing the next thing. Focus on what you love and what you're good at and what value you're adding to the world, and follow one course until success.
I love it. So one thing I'm extremely interested in is, it's a quote that stuck with me that you said, a healthy man wants a million things and an unhealthy man wants one thing. And when I heard it, it just resonated so badly that everyone's chasing something and they forget, it seems like they always forget health behind. Now, I know that you are a huge fan of biohacking, mushroom coffee, all kinds of strange juices. You've just come off a 10-day water fast. I think the Puerto Rico sunsets are part of it. So is that is that the famous mushroom coffee?
So this is non-caffeinated mushroom tea because it's the afternoon for me. So I can't be doing caffeine this late, part of biohacking.
Well, we'd love to hear more about it. How did it start? And I mean, it's something that fascinates me in terms of keeping your body healthy, as in people always think that your body can take such a hammering and it'll just keep going. But at one point, it's surely going to give up.
That's exactly the quote, though, that sums it up, because I believe it the most, which is the healthy person wants a million things. You're healthy, you're energetic, you want everything, you want the world. And that's an awesome, exciting time and place to be in. But you always have to keep in mind that the unhealthy person, they only want one thing, and that's their health back. So never lose your health if there's any way for you to avoid it. And that's for me, like, that's where I want to be. I want to continue to be a healthy person, wanting a million things, but never letting go of the one thing that is most important, which is my overall health and wellness. So yes, I still work hard in my business, specific times of the month. I have 5 days per month that I work really, really hard. And the other days, I'm not working per se, but I'm either working lightly or I'm focusing on other things like health, like wellness, like hobby, like rest, like recuperation, like biohacking. So that's where I'm at, because I know that I want to be that healthy person who is excited about a million things, not the unhealthy person who only cares about one thing.
So I love it. So, I mean, share with us a little bit more about, I mean, you've mentioned that you've got obviously an organic kind of, you grow organic stuff at home. Is that something that's always been around, or is it a latest fast that you're going through? And also around the 10-day water fast, what does that promote in your body? And what is that, obviously, how does it tie back to you kind of moving on in terms of business goals, etc.?
Yeah. So it wasn't always that way. I wasn't like this person that was, all focused on health and wellness for the first 35 years of my life. I'm 41 years old now. And it's really kind of been the last 6 years of a 6-year growth on learning a little bit every single day, like not going all in day one, because I didn't know how to go all in. But day one, 6 years ago, saying, you know what? I need to really double down on my health. Otherwise, everything else is just not going to be worth it. Everything that I'm creating is not going to be worth it. I'm not going to be able to enjoy this success that I've worked so hard for up to this time. And so then it was just slowly but surely educating myself, following the right people, consuming the right content, adding one important health hack to my life, every single month, 6 months, year, focusing on the different big aspects like sleep, like nutrition, like exercise. And then, slowly, once you get those under control, going a little more niche in each one of those to continue to improve, to continue to get better. And when it came to fasting, I realized that, hey, I want to know why some people are so obsessed with fasting, why they think it's just the fountain of youth. So I did my own research on it. I read the right books like The Pleasure Trap. I watched great YouTube videos online about water fasting, and I educated myself. I found a wellness retreat center up in Santa Rosa, California, that specializes in this, and they have medical supervision so I could do it right, along with education so I could learn more. And I went, and for 10 days, I did a water fast. And then for 7 days after that, I refed correctly. And I learned the entire time doing that. And it was just an amazing education process. And just 2 weeks ago, I started my second 10-day water fast, which was as challenging or more than the first, but I got through it, had again, fantastic results, and just love what water fasting does. It gives your body a break from always digesting from the toxins that are in our food. Like, listen, you have to eat food over your lifetime, but you don't always have to be eating every single hour of every single day, which most people are doing. So gives your body a break, allows for autophagy, which is something that people can look up and learn more about. Autophagy with an A. It allows your digestion and your gut microbiome to reset. And it just helps a lot of different aspects of your life. It promotes fat burning and other great things. So I learned a lot, implemented it. And, at 41 years old now, I am as healthy or healthier than I've been in 20 plus years.
That's surely as big, if not bigger, achievement than probably where EOFI has gone. Just in terms of, as you said, at 125 years old, you'll still be around doing daily podcasting. So I think the biggest challenge is that people don't, I don't think many people talk about this side of a complete business. They're always, talking about the income and getting new clients, but they don't realize that in 6 months' time, when they're overweight and they haven't slept and all of that. So yeah, really interesting to dive into that. So obviously, coming onto your book, it was a really great read and something that I thoroughly enjoyed. And something that really stuck out to me was the Mastermind chapter. I think it was chapter 6. And so I've slowly started to implement it. Not many people that do what I do in the country that I'm in, but online is just as easy accessible. But the accountability and the massive progress in terms of what masterminds can bring really interests me. So is that something that you still consistently do?
Accountability is everything. That's what masterminds do for you. When I was up in California at this wellness retreat, I got through a 10-day fast because I had accountability. I essentially had a mastermind of other people who were doing it as well. We held each other accountable. We wouldn't let each other fail. The same thing here. When I did this last 10-day water fast at my home in Puerto Rico, I did it with 7 other people, and we held each other accountable. This is so key. This is so critical. It is so important. And it's the same thing in business. You need to have other people that like, trust, respect, hold you accountable. They need to know what you're up to, and they need to hold you accountable for doing what you say you're going to do. Otherwise, it's too easy to procrastinate. It's too easy to skimp. It's too easy to just not do that thing. With the right mastermind, with the right accountability group, you will succeed so much more at such a higher level than you would otherwise.
I love that. So the mastermind is not necessarily just about business goals. It's life goals, it's health goals, it's everything included. So out of those 17 principles, which one, if you had to pick one, is the one that if you had to give someone advice, follow this one principle?
Follow this one principle. Meet weekly. It's got to be once a week. It has to be for at least an hour, and you have to rotate the hot seats within that. That's the process of the right mastermind, which, by the way, nobody runs the correct masterminds. Very, very few people even have an idea of how to run a mastermind, and nobody does it right. So that's why I had to write that chapter once and for all to finally get it down on paper. This is how you do it.
Love it. So it's just amazing how easy accessible the information is to us looking at it from the outside. It's freely, it's the same as podcasting. When someone shares information through that, it's years and years and money that was spent that they give away for free. And it's so easy to implement, or just skimp it off, like you said, and just do nothing with it. So on a book like that, I mean, any book is a mammoth task. Is something the way that you did it in terms of culminating all these interviews into one book, is it easier than the traditional way of people writing a book?
Yes and no. I mean, yes, because the content's already there, but no, because you've got to really go through and pick out the gems and the things that really matter and are really meaningful. So the answer is honestly yes and no. For me, it was the only way I was going to write a book, because I know that over 3,000 interviews, I've acquired so much knowledge from my guests that I've had on, being a mentee to them as my mentor. Like, I knew 100% the only way that I was going to write a book was by utilizing their genius that they've passed to me over the years. And so that's where the book came from. Otherwise, it wasn't going to happen. I've never had this strong desire or passion to write a book from like my own personal life and experiences. But what I have had the desire to do is create the answer to everybody's question. I get hundreds of questions every day, week, and month of people who are looking to take the next step in their business process. And now I can just say, this book is your answer. And if you're not willing to consume this book to get the answer, you don't deserve the answer.
Yeah, well, for anybody listening, it really is. I mean, I got it on Audible and I listened to it 3 or 4 times. It's just like, it's convenient and just, it's short and sweet. It gets to the point and everything you need to hear.
Island, have you given me a review on Audible yet?
That's a good question. But I'll double check for you now.
I would love to have one from you at some point.
Yeah, absolutely. So we obviously know that you are, or how I got to know about you is obviously being the affiliate to Clickfunnels and obviously using their system, their becoming part of their family, and being a funnel hacking live speaker this year. I hear on an interview that you're bringing. I'm going to be virtually. We're not allowed to leave, but I'll be there. But I heard you dropping some value bombs, so I'm very excited.
It's going to be awesome. I'll be sharing the stage with Tony Robbins and just the other great speakers that Russell always puts together. You know, it's a one-stage event. He only brings creme de la creme, so I'm honored to be a part.
Is it your first one?
As a speaker, yes. I've been to multiple funnel hacking lives because they're just such great conferences.
Oh, that's beautiful. So if we go back to ClickFunnels, obviously this being a show more about funnels and people learning what entrepreneurs are using, what funnels are currently working for you in the podcasting industry, and what you're doing in terms of a lot of affiliate products and also your own products.
Yeah, so our best funnel is very straightforward. I have a podcast that people listen to. At the end of that podcast, I say, hey, if this is something that you think you might want to do, AKA launch your own podcast to share your voice and message with the world, I have a completely free course for you, freepodcastcourse.com, freepodcastcourse.com. It will teach you how to create and launch your podcast for free. They go to that call to action. They sign up with their email address for an amazing course. The course delivers. And then what happens when you've created and launched your podcast? You want to grow and monetize that podcast now. So then they're served an 1.5-hour masterclass of me teaching them how to do that. And then during that masterclass, I pitch Podcaster's Paradise, how to create, grow, and monetize your podcast with the biggest and best podcasting community in the world. And that's a funnel. And it works because I've given massive value, taken them to the next level. And a percentage of those people at that level want to go to the final level. So, Kylan, I know our time is up here, brother, but it has been a joy hanging out with you.
Thank you, JLD. Thank you for the value bombs and bringing some fire. Where can people get hold of you lastly?
eofire.com. Check out my podcast, Entrepreneurs on Fire. And if you're smart like Kylan, check out The Common Path to Uncommon Success, my first traditionally published book, which is the 17-step roadmap to financial freedom and fulfillment.
Love it. Thank you, JLD. Thank you to everyone coming in. We'll see you guys next time.